we're live. Lots to get into today. Lots of crazy stuff unfolding in our political discourse. As of course, I thought it was maybe a good idea that I do a live video at the end of every workday, just to say what's up to all the people out there. What's up? Once you, John. What's up, Certified Health Nut? What's up? Certified Health Nut is a real one. He's a pretty cool guy. Go check him out if you want to check out some real interesting alternative health theories. I'll just leave it at that because there's some stuff that, of course, people don't want us talking about here. But today's been pretty wild, pretty crazy day. Lots of bomb threats called in. Lots of polling places shut down. Lots of politicization of our whole system. Lots of people being like, it's the Republicans that are responsible for these threats. And then the Republicans are like, oh, it's probably the Democrats. Or it's, alternative theory. The Chinese bot farms that could be sowing division, orchestrating it, a part of a fourth and fifth generational forms of warfare. Anyway, I do these videos. What's up, everyone? What's up? It's not shut up. Beer, drink, Nick, Sunla, D. I'm checking all of you guys out, making sure that I could communicate with you guys, making sure there's no filters. We'll start a little Q&A. You guys feel free to ask me whatever you guys want to ask me, and then I'll do my best to try to answer all of your questions here while talking about the videos that I did today, the reports that I released today. Let me know if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're live on YouTube, let me know. A lot of people waving over here on YouTube. Certified Health Nut asking about the juice. What kind of juice are we talking about there? Manny Yosha says what's up. Nikki says what's up. RP Arvin Fletcher, what's up? Good to see you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask it. But today started off the day. What did I talk about? What was my first video? My first video was what was my first video about? Let me pull it up just so you guys will be able to hear it. And then I'll read the number one comment from today's first video. Oh yeah, first video was about Palantir. I remember that one. Palantir video is doing okay, but I talked about Palantir's very interesting comments. Anthony Wade, hi from New Hampshire. Free, live free or die. Great state. First video was about New Hampshire. Number one comment on, because I did 4 videos today. First one, Palantir talking about, listen, we got to stop the immigration because we need to help the middle class, the blue collar, the average everyday worker. And I'm like, it's pretty interesting comments from it. As of course, the first comment on that video, me talking about the latest with Palantir and them being shorted and the stock market type of controversy, as I really do feel like there are a lot of things rumbling financially that will come to a head. A lot of people are getting fired. A lot of people are losing their jobs. I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's an accident that we are seeing so many layoffs right before the holiday season, right before a lot of these corporations need a lot of their workers, and they just don't have the workers. Where are the workers? They're getting fired. Who's going to replace them? AI, robotics. As we are entering, I think, communism, 1984. Koof used to be the thing that wiped the economy out. But now I really do think, and I said this when Trump was running for the presidency of the United States, that they are most likely going to try to collapse everything under his watch. I think that's pretty clear here. And then when there are more financial constraints, or there are more financial problems, I think it's only going to be clear that people are going to be, of course, galvanized to join communism, join socialism, join what was it? What's the correct phrase? The quote. This is what the right wingers are saying. The jihad-loving liberals. I remember Bill O'Reilly called me a jihad-loving liberal all the way back in the day. Now the term has a different meaning, of course. What's up, Scare Cow? Harry Toe One says, Luke, when are you bringing your live show back? That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I have a lot of different things in the works. I definitely think I'm going to be changing things up pretty dramatically. I don't think I'm going to be doing this YouTube channel as I'm doing it right now. So the videos that you're getting, appreciate them, that I'm releasing every day, because I just don't see it as something that I'm going to be doing. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of me at the desk. Granted, I've sacrificed to be at the desk. Granted, this is my job, but I used to do a lot of other different types of shows. I used to do documentaries. I used to do live reports on the ground. And I think I definitely have to change things up, right? It's just being on the computer, and you know, I'm in front of the computer a lot. I work a lot, and I don't complain. Well, I am technically complaining, but I needed to be, because of like what happened yesterday, what happened last year when I got financially ruined through an IRS storm that just came in and just wiped me all out clean. It's like, okay, now I gotta hustle. Now I gotta work. We got a great question by Organic Machine Dean 333 that says, what percentage of accounts on the web do you think are bots? A very great question. I've been talking and screaming about these bots ever since. You could go back all the way back in like 2006. I was like, they're using fake bots in order to build consensus, in order to build an understanding of certain ideas that they want to push on you. And the Israeli government was the first one that kind of pioneered this with their kind of bot accounts, sock puppet accounts. Then the U.S. government kind of did it. And then Cass Sunstein kind of wrote the doctrine about how to, he was Obama's information czar. He's the one that kind of wrote the blueprint. How are we going to propagandize and lie to people? And this is a form of gaslighting. This is a form of manipulation. What percentage of it is fake? I think the percentage of bots is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? I think a lot of the views are fake. I think a lot of the engagement is not real. I think a lot of it is, even if it is, it's like coming from India, or it's done in a kind of coercive, weird way where it's like, oh, someone was on our website, that means it's a view for you. And some other nefarious platforms do that. And it's like, look how many views you get. And then it just doesn't translate. And then you go to advertisers when you're on this platform, like, look at all the amount of views you got. And then it's like, oh yeah, you're not selling anything. Like, why'd you lie to us? Why'd you screw us over? Which creates a very kind of weird type of scenario. I would say during the beginning, 2006, there was like 5% bots. Now I would wager 35-40% of what you're seeing online is bots. Not real engagement, absolutely astroturfed. And there's different type of groups and organizations that do this: the military industrial complex, the US government, the Israeli government, the Qatari government. The Indian government was caught buying influencers. Okay, so they understand that. And I made this argument almost 20 years ago. Online is the new real world. And people are going to be living in this kind of virtual reality pod bug eating type of servitude lifestyle, especially after the AI and the robots and the kind of advanced tech kind of takes over. And when that advanced tech takes over and when all the jobs are gone, people are going to be like, well, we need our mealworms. I have chickens. I'm feeding them mealworms, by the way. I also gave them just some eggs today and some peppers. I think I'm supposed to give peppers to chickens. Love Lamb says, love all your work. Luke, been watching you for nearly 20 years. Yeah, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been like delving into and studying psyops and government lies and disinformation for 20 years. And the level of bots, it's creating something called the dead internet theory, where almost everything you're seeing online is just fake. The AI, and this is what I also talked about today in my first video about Palantir, because there's a big potential that a lot of this kind of AI hubbub, this kind of AI conversation, this AI is going to take over. It's going to lead to potentially an internet bubble, just like we saw in the late 1990s. And that internet kind of bubble that popped is going to be very devastating towards the stock market, might even usher in great economic upheavals. Of course, a lot of people automatically think about the Great Depression. The Great Depression happens now. We're screwed. No one knows how to grow a garden. No one knows how to make chickens. I'm literally out there. Today I woke up, did a bunch of videos, did a bunch of research, did a bunch of studying. Way too much. I'm doing way too much. All right. Something's going to give. In between that, I'm like literally trimming and working my garden and tending to my chickens. Maybe I'm tending to the chickens a little bit too much. Doug209 says, Luke, you have chickens? Yes, I have 2 chickens. I haven't named the chickens yet, but I'm thinking about naming them Chicken Butt and Chicken Head. There's a black one and there's a white one. So I'm like, chicken head, chicken butt. Automatically, it just kind of came to me. My other friend wants to name them like brownie and like lemon cake. And I'm like, that's pretty gay. Like you might as well slap a Prada bag on me and leave my wrist limp wristed if you're going to have my chickens named that. I think chicken head and chicken butt is a good name, but I'm getting a lot of pushback being like, are you crazy? Are you ridiculous? You can't name your chicken head. You can't name your chickens chicken head and chicken butt. Manya Yud Sasha says, touching grass with friends can change the world. Absolutely. Make friends. Get some t-shirts that say highly politicized things. You're able to discern right people from wrong people. Someone left a comment saying, Danger Day Photo says, I had a chicken. My daughter named it Chicken. Okay. People are saying, name one Dupa. Goofus and Gallant. Anyway. Chicken butt and chicken head look like they're the name. But in between doing videos, I'm like, okay, let me figure out how to raise chickens. Okay, let me figure out how to make these plants actually grow. Let me actually try to bring these other plants back to life. Let me try to do some de-weeding. Let me try to do some gardening. Most Americans do not know how to do that. Most Americans are not self-sufficient. Great Depression, economic type of collapse, which could be ushered in through this kind of AI bubble. As a lot of people are like, AI is going to be so brilliant, it's going to destroy everything. That's a possibility, and I think that's the strongest outcome. But there's also another outcome that I think is leading to a lot of problems. And those problems are AI using AI for AI-generated answers, and then everything's kind of becoming more jumbled and not as reliant as it used to be when the AI used to just steal information from everybody and then give you an answer. But when they destroy everyone, and they destroy all the content creators that can't give you all the answers, right? Google used to be a website where they used to pride themselves on taking you off of their website. Now Google is giving you AI answers to every search thing you're doing. Brave, all the other search engines, it's like, oh, you looked for this, here's the answer. You don't have to click on the website. You don't have to watch this video. And when you don't have to do all those things, and then when you got all these little devices, you have these like glasses now, right? I bought one of the pairs because I was like, I want to try this out. I want to see what they got going on. You buy one of these glasses, and when you buy one of these glasses, it's like, you don't even, you just say, hey, Meadow, what kind of plant am I looking at? And you bypass the whole learning process. Most people are bypassing the learning process. There's also a problem that probably will occur with a lot of people's brains just turning to mush, right? Because people are like, well, how do you do this? How do you do that? And the solar flare comes, and you're just screwed. Most young people are just screwed. Most people are not self-sufficient. And AI is either going to lead to the complete retardation of everybody, because everybody will not want to learn and not want to do anything. They'll just like click a button, everything's done for them. Or AI is going to wipe out people in the economy, and then AI is going to use AI in order to give you answers, and they're going to give you more decrepit, insane, stupid answers that they won't have because they have no one to kind of purge information from. And then it's like, oh, everything just collapses. Financial collapse. Either way, it's going to end probably in some kind of collapse. So, and I talked about that in the first video called Nobody Saw MAGA Truth Bomb Coming. Earlier today, I released it 6 hours ago. It's on the main YouTube channel, youtube.com/wearechange. And the number one comment on that video is from an Ozzy Crosby 2092 saying, "Get rid of the Patriot Act." Yeah, I agree. Patriot Act really isn't there to be patriotic or keep you safe or safeguard you. It's there to kind of like screw you over. And that's exactly what it does. The second video I released today was about 30i Atlas. And the comments from MTG, Congressman MTG, talking about how there's a big likelihood that what we're dealing with is fallen angels and interdimensional type of beings. Now, what do you guys think about that? Because a lot of people are like, well, what's going on with this UFO? What's going on with these drone things? What's going on with everything that's kind of unfolding in our mainline society? I want to ask you guys. Because at the end of my video, the second video I released today, that was released 4 hours ago, youtube.com/wearechange, it's titled, "Alex Jones just went public with fake alien invasion warning." Alex is like, it's a psyop. I think there's more to it. And I think, and I'm personally thinking more in line of what MTG is thinking about, personally. Now, governments run psyops and they do have advanced tech, and people believe that they have advanced tech, so they have free energy possibilities and capabilities. Is that exactly true? I don't know. But the Bible does support this theory, as people are also commenting, about fallen angels and demons and angels. It is true, right? It's personally what I subscribe to. It's personally what I believe in. But at the end of my video today, and this is the number one video that's doing really well, when I talked about 30i Atlas, changing colors, changing propulsion and speed, and Harvey LeBeau, and all this other stuff, the question that I asked you at the end of this video, and I'm going to read some of the top comments from it, was 1, are these aliens UFOs? 2, are they advanced U.S. tech? 3, are they angel and demons? What do you guys think? 1, 2, or 3? Let me know in the chat so I could see what you guys are thinking. As the number one comment surrounding the video that I released is by Baron Samdi 4 hours ago and has 73 upvotes. People are saying 4 in the chat. I didn't even say 4. Saying it was their final card, their last resort to enslave humanity, ... An alien invasion, World Economic Forum. Is that exactly what's going on here? Probably. People are saying blue beam. Lots of people saying 2. Lots of people saying both 1 and 3. There's a big possibility that it could be 1, 2, and 3. The other comment we have here is from Megatron Destroyer, 30 upvotes, saying blue beam is to usher in the New World Order and one world religion. Yeah, I think everyone's talking about Project Blue Beam in this comment section. Holographic in the sky alien invasion. And then another chat here, 30 upvotes, saying, holy F, 3i Atlas, you're driving me nuts. And people are like, you mispronounced it. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to mispronounce it a little bit more. Now, the third video that I released today was about Ben Shapiro versus Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes, as the battle there is getting ridiculous, in my personal opinion. I think it's kind of crazy. I think it's very cringy. I think it's ridiculous. I think too much of the internet is running off of drama, and a lot of it is just reductive nonsense that I have always kind of refused to like participate in. A lot of my friends are like, dude, you want clicks and attention, you start a fight with somebody. I'm like, the closest I ever got to that was, what's the kid's name? And I did this on thebestpoliticalshow.com. I can't believe I forgot his name. I keep forgetting. Anomaly. Yeah. Anomaly. I went off on an unhinged rant about Anomaly. I don't know why my live just on Instagram went down. Do they have a time limit? Anyway, I went off on Anomaly, and I was like, you white rapping Canadian, and I went off. and it was just a vicious rant, and I was just messing around. I was being silly, but I was screaming off the top of my lungs. And I remember Clint Russell being there, like, wow, now I know why you don't start dramas and beefs, because you just don't hold anything back and you just go kind of crazy. Yeah. Anyway, third video I released today called Tucker Just Broke Ben Shapiro. And Ben Shapiro again today, he's like, he's like, I'm horrible. The number one comment on that video is Ben Israel first Shapiro. The second comment saying pretty much everyone defending Israel today is getting paid too. Some of them are, not all of them. There are some genuine people that people are saying leave Benny alone. We can't even name things anymore. 30-eye Atlas. Aliens are only kidnapping 3 and 4 is under penny. People were asking my opinion on Nick. I gave my opinion on Nick at the end of this video that I just released called Tucker Just Broke Ben Shapiro. If you want to just get to it, get about in the 15, 16, 17 minute mark. And then I go off about the rise of Nick Fuentes, how he got there, and how a lot of it is circulated around an overreaction to essentially a young man just saying a lot of like hyperbolic stuff. Whatever you might think about him, some of the things he says are correct, some of the things he says is wrong. He's very eloquent, and people are asking me why do I use a water bottle as a microphone? Because it's just convenient. I remember being on the road, and I was like, I don't have a microphone stand, and I only travel with carry-on, because people are asking if Fuentes is a Fed. Again, I addressed that too, and I did a whole video about whether Tucker's a Fed or whether Nick's a Fed, and I said the whole question there is not good to ask, because it creates a scenario and situation where we do not have any evidence of that. You judge a person by the fruit of their labor, all right? Now, a lot of people are like, Tucker Carlson's definitely a Fed. You see the way he's being attacked. You see the canceling efforts. I don't think he is. People are asking, is this a lot? Omar Patino says, is this live? Asking for a friend. Yes, it is live. Why do I use a water bottle, someone asked me, as my microphone? It's just convenient. This is my backup studio. My main studio broke over a couple months ago, and I've just been so busy working that I haven't had time to fix my main studio. My main studio, the computer broke, and I'm like, I gotta reinstall everything. I gotta do OBS. It's just me doing all this like tech stuff that I don't understand. People are asking, why is there a 6 and 7 balloons? 6, 7. As during Halloween, me and my friend went as 6, and I went as 7, and then we were the boomer couple. People are saying backup studio looks like a disco, right? I like it. I like the backup studio. It has a nice rear change. It has nice little lights. We have, of course, a lot of really funny things up there on the wall. Main studio is legit, though. Where is your dog? My dog is with the button pusher, Stephanie, right now. I'll call in the dog later. People are saying perfect Halloween costume. Yeah, it's kind of a hilarious kind of boomer-esque costume. Anyway, when I travel, I refuse to check in a bag. I just hate it. Airports lose your stuff all the time. Traveling with fancy equipment is very not cost efficient. It's very expensive. And what I got were these like DJI microphones, right? So if I need to do interviews, boom. Boom, take it, put it on here. Boom, you got yourself a mic. And you got yourself a mic stand. And they're like, hey, you got a question? What's up? And you just start asking people questions. Otherwise, it's like, do I want to be fancy and stuff? No, I don't care about that. People are like, oh yeah, look at your headphones. Your headphones are rock candy or something, whatever. No, these are cheap Delta Airport headphones. Cheap airport, like free. I got them for free. Oy vey. I got them for free. And they're jumbled, and and I just jumble them even more. This is the disorganized chaos of my life here. Look at this. and these cheap, free headphones are what I use for my setup. And then when I travel, I just use the same setup. So my second studio is my mobile studio, and I just have it set up for my mobile studio. My main studio, my main room, I'm gonna start using it because I have to. Because it just makes sense to I have a very fancy, very nice studio that my friend built with me, that Stephanie built, and I should be using it. So anyway, top comment of Tucker Carlson versus Ben Shapiro. Oh, I just read that. And now the last video that I just released was Trump, quote, just set a trap. That video is not doing too well. But the video was about New York City, Trump's comments about the election, and the number one comment there. It's a new video. It just came out a few minutes ago. Is by someone saying, in honor of his passing, I'd like to mention the crazy story where Cheney shot his friend with birdshot while hunting, and the friend did a public apology for getting shot. What a guy. He is certainly no longer alive. And that's, quote, the nicest thing I can muster. Now, personally, I don't like to talk about people when they pass. I never did that for David Rockefeller. I never did that for Henry Kissinger. I know a lot of people are like celebrating it. It's like, yes, we got it. And I'm like, stop, man. Like, you don't want to celebrate death. Evil people celebrate death. You don't want to be doing that. It's a dark, negative juju that I do not wish to associate myself with. And it's just something that, a lot of people should have greater respects for, because even though you might disagree with some people, you never want to become like your enemy. You never want to kind of be into this celebration of death. It's just something that we should do everything in our power in order to avoid. Now, let's see what else is in the news today. So, released 4 videos, all of them available right now. Palantir, that's the video that's doing the best. We have 31 Atlas, that video is doing pretty good. Tucker versus Ben Shapiro, and the election. The election one just came out. It's doing all right. But then I kind of went down to all the things that are happening in there, and then I talked about how I wasn't too happy about people endorsing Andrew Cuomo, and how I personally would have not done that myself here. That's just me here. I have to go away. I have an event I have to be at in about 2 minutes, so if you guys have any other questions, any other kind of super chats you guys want to ask me. So, Vagrant Loafer says, can I borrow 250 from the 7,000 you get? Where do I get the 7,000? Where do I redeem it? Tell me where to redeem it. The news right now on Google right now is that your UPS plane with 3 crew members crashed. Okay. I usually don't talk about plane crashes or weather. A lot of people talk about weather all the time. I'm like, I don't know. The ad war that defined California's redistricting fight. All these celebrities coming out and supporting all these like nonsense. It's crazy. Bitcoin fell below 100,000. People are like, uh-oh, watch out for that one. Again, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Always a pleasure. Hope you guys are enjoying these little like little live streams that I'm doing. It's just a way to engage with you guys after I'm done doing all my videos. It's a way of reading the top comment. It's a way of talking to you guys. It's a way of interacting with you guys. I also want to change up the format. The videos, the YouTube channel that you're getting, enjoy it while you have it, because things are going to change very dramatically. And you guys are going to be at the forefront of that change, helping me decide what and how to do it. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on youtube.com.